So, boom, as we wait for the others, I thought I might as well get a start. Make sure the sound is sound. Anyway, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. It's interesting to see what the others have got to say for themselves, especially Cocky Marv. Always running his mouth. Let's see if he even shows up. Probably going to say he was busy or some nonsense. But let's see who's going to come. Is it going to be Clee? Will it be Marv? It's definitely going to be Clee first, 100%. There you go. I was looking for that one. I don't know why I had the big thing. But what we saying? Premier League over. Champions League tomorrow. Hopefully PSG pull one out of the bag and derail this Liverpool side. I pray. Manuel Pellegrini or Mikel Arteta, tell me. Verso Boom sounded deflated. It is deflated, bro. Because, I've got to do my job as a journalist while being a fan. It's difficult. Deflated because what Arteta, what he I don't know what all that was. I don't know what that was. That Man United game was terrible. Here we go. We got our first one here. Please and
two. White chip 1-2.
Yep, I can hear you.
Everyone's collapsed. Who's everyone?
Oh, all the teams, all the big teams have collapsed.
Hey.
Like Tottenham in 15th. That's
listen, it's make or break.
No one saw that. No one saw that. You didn't envision 15th.
No one saw that. No, I saw top 8. I didn't see top 15. But look, I think he's done now, isn't he? I think regardless of what happens on Thursday, whether he gets through or not, he's not long for the club. As much as I've wanted it to work, I've really wanted it to work. It's just every time, like you give a benefit of the doubt for injuries and stuff like that, but then you look at the last 2 games, he's had near enough of a full squad, and they just look so naive. And we wanted to tell ourselves that it was all right, but I don't know.
So what, you've had a full strength team?
Well, apart from Kulusevski, he's had players at his disposal.
Yeah,
like he's had the goalie back. He's got pretty much the back 4. But we were playing yesterday against Bournemouth, and we're playing the ball out as if we can play it around them. This team, their pressing stats are as good as any. That's why they're doing so good. They win the ball and they break quickly. They've got better and better over 2 years, and we're just playing like we think we can just get past them. They had, look at that thing I put in the group yesterday. They had 9 touches of the ball and 3 shots on target in the first 10 minutes. It's a shame because
why is it a shame?
Because I want that style of football to work. I want cavalier craziness.
Don't you want what Bournemouth are doing at Tottenham?
I love what Bournemouth want, but I think the problem is that Bournemouth and this manager, because of who they are, it's always looks amazing, and obviously the results are decent and they're doing well. But then when you go to Tottenham, there's that added level of pressure because they want you to, you're expected to do more, even if it's just from the fans of the team or whether it's like journos, whether it's rival fans saying, "Oh, Spurs have got to be bigger than this. They spend this and that," and they're right in some ways. So if you look at it, you're like, well, it's a different kettle of fish, and I just don't think it's worked out for him. I think whether he wins on Thursday or not, he's going to have to win Europa League to stay, or even get to the final. But even then, I just don't think there'll be enough. I was hoping what I'm seeing this season is what I thought I saw last season, and I was hoping that we'd get on and we'd mature a bit. We haven't, and so yeah.
So what, you have to start again?
Mate, what time's WrestleMania on? Put the wrestling on. Leave the football. I don't know what to say because it's just again and again and again and again. And obviously I do the Tottenham podcast. Love doing it. Love talking about it. But I'm just like, what more do you say every week? The same thing, and then the same thing every 2 years. I've done the podcast for what? Just a little less time than we've done this, and we've had 4 full-time managers. Ryan Mason twice, another caretaker in Stellini in that time. 7 managers in 4 podcast years. It's mad.
That's
It's mad.
Who's had more? You or United?
So when we started, it would have been they've had 4 as well, because they had Ollie, that Ranić, Eric Ten Hag, and then they had Ruud van Nistelrooy as well. So 5 they've had. But it just goes to show. I've just been watching that Sir Jim Ratcliffe interview with Gary Neville that's come out this evening.
Any good?
It's the overlap. It's all right. I mean, he
talked piece, isn't it?
I don't know. I think Gary Neville asked him questions. I don't know if he asked him. He's not Michael Parkinson, but he's basically saying to him, "Look, they're so fucked for money." He's like, they're broke. If they keep going the way they were, they'd have no money. They'd be bankrupt in December of 2025.
How's that though?
He's like, they've got to pay out £90 million this summer before they buy anyone, because they've got to pay for Højlund, Sancho, Onana. There's 5 players they've got to pay for, and they've literally got to write a check this summer for £90 million before they buy anybody.
How much?
90 million.
They've got to write a check for 90 million buff.
When it all comes together, they've got to give out 90
million
before
they make a signing next season.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Sancho, Højlund, Onana. Who was the other ones? There was 2 more. And I was like, yeah.
That's crazy.
So they're and he's like, because then he was asking him about like, oh, you're taking away the free lunches and things like that. And he's like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want a football club, or do you want the free lunches? Do you want people to have free lunch? Like, it's got to start somewhere. And we've got to pay these bills for these players because it was already done. But then they were like, well, hold on, who was buying the players this summer? Because you obviously kept Ten Hag. He's brought in these players. He said, oh, it was a team of them that choose. Like the normal kind of system it is now. So he's saying that. But it's about a 50-minute interview. I was watching it for about 25 minutes before we started here. United, Tottenham, that's 2 of them. I mean, Arsenal. I mean, it was, I don't know. I mean, Kem Dog stoked the flames a bit. It says a lot about Arsenal that Rice was going up to the fans shushing when they should be getting the ball out to score another goal.
That means nothing.
I mean, what do you think?
He's just running the narrative, but he's red.
I mean, Arteta walked away from the interview yesterday.
Weak. And Wenger would never do that.
If he got that number 9, would it be different?
I told you this in the summer.
It's interesting because Roy Keane yesterday said, even with a striker, you're not going to win the league. And Redknapp said you only need the striker to challenge, but you are challenging. You're second in the league.
Yeah, but this season is a challenge. This season is not a challenge. I'm not classing this as a challenge. But we're going to finish second more than likely. But it's just what I said. What I said in the summer. What I said last summer. Need a striker. I mean, you tried to laugh at me at a barbecue. I said this.
No, I said he wanted to do it.
You tried to laugh at me at a barbecue. No, you did no. You tried to laugh at me at a barbecue and say that Havertz was X, Y, Z. And then lo and behold, he's only got 9 goals this season.
Hello,
so
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello, sir.
John Barnes, we can hear you.
The champion is here. The champ is here, as John Cena says. The champ is here, Marvin Sabroach, aka Alonso.
Have your piece, Marv. It's all about you now. No, we can't hear you now. Now we can't hear you. We could before.
Is this happening every Sunday brunch as well?
No. That's what I don't get. I don't understand.
Is he using different headphones? Because he's got to hide in a different little cupboard. Is he Harry Potter?
Yeah, on weekdays, isn't it? He's not allowed to use the internet.
Is the brother-in-law over? So he has to go into the cupboard to put a little mattress for him, mattress topper.
Yeah, let me remove him. Oh, man.
Well, I mean, look, at the end of the day, is Arteta getting next season for you? I don't think he's going to sack him, is he?
Well, for me, I wouldn't. Listen, he's going to get next season. And he's they're going to give it to him. They're going to let him spend in the summer because now we've got the sporting director in Berta. So now he's going to have his way and have his say. So we'll see what happens with that. So they're not going to
have his say.
Arteta and Bert are together. Them two are going to be working in tandem together. But now we've got a sporting director of a proper ilk.
Well, Marv, the floor is yours, mate. You are the
Go on,
champions,
mate.
man.
Yeah, go on,
You
Marv.
are
The
the
champions, go on. Oh my god.
You're mute again.
Look at him. He's all getting cocky. He was all shrugging his shoulders, and his things not even working. Fuck it.
So why? But Arteta had his say under Edu. So why is this going to be any different?
I don't know what happened between. No. This guy is better than Edu. He's got a better eye than Edu. He's got more pull than Edu.
Why is that?
Because he's more experienced. Look, he was at Atletico Madrid. Look what he did for them.
Come on, but like before, like Edu was the glory, and now you're saying there's someone better.
I never said he was the glory. I never said he was the glory. People, Arsenal fans, used to say him and Arteta were cooking. They used to get a hard on for that. What's this? You need a striker, but your most linked player is Zubimendi. That's facts. It was all over for the Arsenal when LFC was that.
Why am I not
Anfield. Was that Marv?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, but we can't see you, bruv. Why Liverpool? What is it saying?
Get out the Harry Potter
basement, bruv. Playing, you never walk alone in training. That was embarrassing. We can hear you though, Marv.
All right.
We can hear you.
Well, what shall I do? Should I just carry on? Yeah.
Yeah, carry on, go on. This maybe we could do like this every week. This could be a new gimmick.
So what do you want me to say? What's going on?
You're the champion. The floor is yours.
Hey, champions, not yet. We're champions when we see the team, lift that trophy above our heads. That's when we're.
Marv, come on, you've got to be honest. That no one's going to beat you now. Come on, man.
Cheers, Lee. I don't know. What? What do you want me to say? It's every game.
Well, all right.
Every game counts. It's not like.
So what? Are you telling me you're not champions right now?
Say that again, Chris.
You're telling me Liverpool are not champions right now?
He's trying to. I know he's trying to set traps.
You've got to be.
We're champions. But we need the crowning.
Look, Charlie boy, is the league won yet, Marv? Or are you still not sure?
There's no one in that group. There's no one in their group of games that is going to be.
I've seen many a trophy at Liverpool, and it's when you actually see the crowning or a guard of honor. That's when you know you're champions. Just like that buzz. Until then, I want Liverpool to win every game. No slacking. You get me? No slacking. Until we get that guard of honor from whoever visits Anfield. Let's hope it's Arsenal. Let's hope the Arsenal could give us a guard of honor. That'd be fantastic.
How important is tomorrow night and Sunday?
Hey, every game's important. Every game's important. Your next game, it's just going to sound cliche, but your next game's the most important. When you're in these type of situations, the important thing is never slack off. One moment of complacency, overconfidence, and it's all gone. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to see Liverpool win the league, then go on a 5-game losing run. I want to see us win to the end. Like Man United teams of old. Like when Wenger won his first title at Arsenal, they were unstoppable. Do you remember that? Right up until the last game. That is what I want to see from this Liverpool. Let me finish.
Go on. I thought you were.
From this Liverpool group. We finish every game. We try and win every game to the end of the season. We've got how many games potentially? How many in the league?
16. Oh, you got 10 in the league, I think, or
10 in the league, something like that. And wherever the CL takes us, wherever the Champions League takes us, it's all a journey. But
so are you saying you're going to do the treble?
I'm not going to be silly enough to say that. That's why we take it one game at a time, Chris.
I don't think they're good enough to win the Champions League. They're definitely not good enough.
The Champions League, I think we are.
No, you're not. The other day they showed you for what you are, and any other day they win that 3 or 4-0. Your goalkeeper had the best game of his life. No, honestly, bro, because I praise Liverpool. I think well done, but you got found out there, and I think away from home in the next round. Well, not Aston Villa, but in the semis, you might go out tomorrow. I think you might go out tomorrow, bro.
We could go out tomorrow. You
Look,
know.
look what Charlie Boy said about Marv.
Yeah, you can say whatever you want, Charlie
Pessimistic
Boy.
football fan.
Charlie Boy, you can say whatever you want. You know what I'm saying? But titles don't grow on trees. I'll tell you that. Champions Leagues don't grow on trees. You never know what's around the corner.
Yeah.
So can PSG beat us at Anfield? Yeah, they're capable. They showed their talents in the first leg. But I'll tell you this. Let's hope we got the 12th man. I don't want to sound bullish or anything, but let's hope we got the 12th, the 12s in full song. Because it's going to be a raucous night at Anfield. Yeah,
So
I mean,
are you going to win tomorrow, Marv?
I think we'll do it. Yeah, I'm confident that we'll do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they're going to... I know they're going to come out. They come at us all blazing. That will be a mistake. They got to be patient at Anfield and wait for us. Because once we attack the Klopp end... Do you remember when Barcelona visited?
Yep. 4-0.
And then
4-0.
Yeah, this is over by a long shot, but believe me, this Liverpool team are ready for a game like this. This is where we belong.
But are you a bit nervous, Marv, that like there's been and I praise Salah's had an unbelievable season. Van Dijk,
I don't want to sound too overconfident, Mike.
None of these players. No, but none of these players have signed on for next year. So do you feel like it's this year or now or never for Liverpool? Because I don't see how you can afford to replace. I don't think anyone could replace a Salah and a Van Dijk. And if they go,
you talk about those three. You talk about players that, you know what I'm saying. And like, I'm glad you can't see me. You get me? Because I'm getting a bit emotional with that question. I'm glad you can't see me. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, do you feel like?
Can't see me.
How do you feel about if they're not there? Take it. If you take Van Dijk and Salah out, I know it's hard. But do you think you can buy players that can keep you? If they go, do you think you can buy two players that can come in and still continue to be Liverpool of what you're seeing?
Go. I'm going to be honest here. You just won't find a Van Dijk or Salah around. You won't even find a. Yeah, it will have to be a squad rebuild. But it happens with my blessing, you see, because if we win the title, the Champions League will be just the icing on the cake. You know what I'm saying? But we win the Premiership, they go with my blessing. What more can they do? Like that Jay-Z song. You know the song, Chris. What more can I say? Yeah. You understand? They go with my blessing. On a real, if Trent decides to go Real Madrid, how can Liverpool be disappointed by that? Of course, it's sad to lose him. But he goes with blessing because he's done a lot at Liverpool. And if he gets to do it again by winning the Premier League and, even reaching the Champions League final will be special. You get them, Salah, Van Dijk. Van Dijk's a great defender. He's been questioned so many times. Of course, I don't want to see them guys goals, but you know what? This is Liverpool football. And you know what? We've had great players before and we'll have great players again. You know what I'm saying? We've had greats down there. Luis Suarez.
Jamie Carragher.
Special players. Steven Gerrard. You know what I'm saying? So
Shelby.
They play their football elsewhere. The only one who'll be at the peak of his powers in a couple of years' time will probably be Trent. Do you know what I'm saying? And if Trent goes, there's still time to come back. Because Liverpool will always be his home. And in fact, it will always be all three of their homes.
And what do you think of the cup final? I mean, it's got to be your name on the trophy, right?
It's important.
No, but you've got to. It's surely you're going to win that one. You've got to be confident.
Newcastle will come out. It's their first final for a long time.
2 years. For 2 years.
2 years.
This is it for them.
2 years, Bob.
It. Yeah, 2 years. My bad. This is it for them. Their first trophy in what could be 70 years. They are going to be up for it. Their fans are going to be up for it.
Yeah, but we thought that last time and they collapsed.
It's going to be a great occasion, but
they collapsed against Man United.
Yeah, we play to our. This isn't Man United they're up against. We play to our potential. We play.
Yeah, you're better than United, so it's a foregone conclusion.
We play the way we know we can play. We'll beat Newcastle.
Nah, you beat them. You beat them. You beat them.
Yeah, we'll beat them. Is that for that one?
Yeah, he might be. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think then, Marv? So you said that. What do you think of your closest opponent, Arsenal, after yesterday? What your truest assessment after watching that game yesterday?
You know what? I mean, I had a sneaky feeling Arsenal's lack of firepower will come back to bite them on the arse in this game. Because Man United, let's face it, Man United are... I mean, they're a team living off past glories in name only. So when they come up against the gun, because let's face it, Arsenal are a big gun, like Liverpool, they're going to go all out not to lose. You know what I'm saying? Or all out to win. They're going to find that extra yard. And you just knew Arsenal with that forward line, Marino. I mean, I'm sure you've watched all the different podcasts and that. How can Arteta continue to play that guy up front? It just doesn't make any sense. I'll just fling a kid in from the reserves. You might as well fling that young black player they got. I can't remember his name. Just fling him in.
Butler.
If they're not going to play Sterling.
Butler, Deji Butler.
He's not even played Sterling, has he?
How do you expect to win a do-or-die game with Mourinho up front? You've lost. Arsenal lost that game effectively yesterday, and that was because up front. I would have just gone with Sterling.
Disrespecting Sterling, bruv. And the camera kept on panning over to Sterling as well.
Yeah, I mean,
disrespect.
I just think,
but he took him on, didn't he?
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, there's something up there. It's beyond football now.
Like Arteta brought him in.
Well, something's happened, Chris, because that is you're down. Yeah,
Sterling's not good enough. His legs are done, man. He's done. He needs to play up front. We should play him up front. I don't know. We just don't stick him up front.
A lot of Arsenal fans are just pointing the finger at Sterling.
I'm not pointing the finger at Sterling. It's not his fault. I'm pointing the finger at Arteta, bro.
I'm pointing the finger straight at Arteta. He actually, I think it was this season. I think he got a bit arrogant. Do you know what I'm saying? Look at our defense last season, Saliba and that. You know what? All we need to do is keep it tight every game. Nick games 1-0. We'll break down anybody. Not accounting. They had the thinnest squad in the Premiership. How do you expect to win the Premiership with the thinnest squad in the Premiership? And that's solely down to Arteta and some.
You know what top gooners say. You know what they say. The top gooners are saying that he prefers to work with a smaller squad, and then they show a quote of Pep Guardiola saying how Pep likes to work with a smaller squad. But no one's asking. This is at the start of the season. Arteta stated we have the finished squad. He stated that, meaning we're fogged.
Well, I just look at him and I just think he thought he could play this. He thought he could win this title playing this kind of.
I agree.
Pragmatic football. You get me? This half pragmatic style of football with these big lumps in midfield with no guile. You look at the best teams around, who win things constantly. There's a player in midfield who's got that bit of creativity. And Arsenal just haven't. They say, oh, we need a striker. Where's the creativity in midfield? Then he just goes and buys another lump in Marino. Do you know what I'm saying? Jorginho. Look at that midfield, bro. It's so basic.
Rubbish.
Unreal. There's no... They're good players, you know, but it's almost like he erred on the side of caution in thinking he can win the league. I'll take a 1-0 lead, then we'll sit back. But you know what? The thing about football, it evolves so quickly. Teams from the crappier teams suss on to the way teams play. It happened to Liverpool a few years ago under Klopp, where we struggled to break down that low block. We couldn't do it with whoever we had out there. And it happened to us for about 4 or 5 games on the trot. And that's basically your season over at the highest level. When you've got teams like City and they're pump sniffing around. And he thought he could win the game with this league with this half pragmatic style, boring, defensive, you know, let's get it out to Saka. So predictable. Odegaard's going to play it to Saka. Unfortunately for the lad Saka, you know what I mean? He ran that kid into the ground. The guy ripped his hamstring in half or whatever.
He's gone. He's key to it all. He's been key to it all.
Saka was doing it every week in, week out, injured, bruv.
It's worrying with a player like that as well, because if they start getting those injuries, that's it. Because their careers are short anyway. Wingers.
Look at Michael Owen. Look at Michael Owen. He was good for 6-7 years. Then boom, those hamstrings were dead. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's fair.
That's scary, man. That's scary.
Same thing with Martinelli. Using these young bloods. When Martinelli busts on the scene, even I didn't like him because he's Arsenal. You know what I mean? And he was doing it. Overplayed him. He's overplayed. He ain't even got any pace anymore, bro. He's lost a yard and he's 22. You know what I'm saying?
So what?
There's not
Oh,
much.
this sounds like a crisis with Arsenal. Then you're talking about midfield. You're talking about the wingers. I mean,
No,
this
No.
talks
It's
like
not
a
a crisis.
forward.
It's where Lee, there's a thin line between winning championships and finishing second, bruv.
Right.
And at this point, we're on the precipice of it, yeah. And we've been on that line for
It's
3
16
years.
points behind.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We've been on that line for 3 years, and as Marvin
See,
said, this is the year was meant to do it, and we haven't bought right, mate. It's as
We haven't
simple as.
bought-
So that's what I'm saying. So you've got to go out and get 5 or
It's
6
not crisis.
players.
It's not. Well, no. What we need to go and do is buy 3 players and hold on to everything we've got.
I just think that, you know what, for Arsenal are not, let's be real here, yeah. You know, let's put our rivalries aside. Arsenal are not that far off. Yeah, with the right side.
Really?
I certainly don't think Arteta is a good enough coach to lead them to any major trophies, and that's the truth.
That's the issue.
I don't think he's good enough. I look at
So you sacking him?
I look at the way Liverpool play and the variety of ways in which we can play. Patient, yeah. We can even play like Arsenal and let the teams come onto us a little bit, hit them on the counter. You know what I'm saying? Then we can, go a goal down, and then we can just turn the game on its. I know it was Southampton last game, but we've done it. We've done that all season. We've gone 1-0 down, or we've been under pressure. He's changed something. Sometimes I don't even know. The changes are so subtle, and he explains it after the game exactly what he's done. I don't see that. I see Arteta. There's only one way Arsenal can play, and teams, like I said, even the clocks on first, the worst teams. You're always going to get a game against the teams who are more expansive and who have better players. It's the lower, mid to lower end teams that cotton onto styles of play and are able to nullify it better. And that's what's happened.
So should he go? Should they look to cut ties with him in the summer?
You know what? It's at the same time we're always quick to just get rid of managers. I mean, you got rid of Spirito De Santo or whatever his name is after 15 attempts. Arteta's had 5-6 seasons in the hot seat, and that is unheard of in the hustle and bustle of today's game.
6 years, a long time now. It's crazy. 6 years in December.
If they sack him, who can they bring in? That is the question. If they was to ask him to stand down, what kind of manager can take this guy who's available that can take this guy to the next level? Because don't go on about guys, some fancy damn coach like Anarim. Don't go and tell me about them guys. Who is the manager that
I don't know. I don't know who's out there.
Arteta, that can take what Arteta's done, tweak it, add his own players, and win Arsenal that coveted Premier League.
If I asked you that question this time last year for Liverpool and I told you Slot, you would have said who?
That's right.
So
that's right. I wouldn't have said Slot. Who would have said Slot?
No one, I guess.
Let's be real here.
But that team was ready. That team was ready in many ways.
So is this team. So is this team.
But we're saying you need midfielder. You need a forward.
We finished second 3 years in a row. I think it's ready.
Yeah,
but you're saying you're missing a forward.
Yeah, we're missing a forward. That's it, Lee. For me,
it's a heavy reliance on Saka.
All it needs is a forward and a midfielder. That's it. That's 2 players, Lee.
Yeah, and
another winger.
And good quality cover for Saka.
Yeah, that's a massive deal.
That's a squad player, Lee. That squad player is not massively. And you've got the youngsters.
And then you've got to take into account, because at the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, there's players at Arsenal who are surplus to requirements who need replacing. Trossard. These guys have had their time. Then you've got to get rid of.
Just got there, isn't he?
He's been there 3 years now.
Can't do any more. Martinelli, he's one they've got to consider that may have to become a squad player. Do you know what I'm saying? These are the
but this is what I'm saying, Omar. But these players that they need to bring in don't come cheap.
Yeah, because
backup winger does not come cheap. What do you want? Odegaard. You want someone that just can't do it. But
Martinelli.
You don't want that.
Really, at present, he's not reliable. Martinelli's not reliable. Saka's reliable. Odegaard. I'm sorry, that guy there. He's one that to bring in some dough. He's one I'll be looking to shift. When I said,
Odegaard.
Nah.
Aston Villa getting players like what's that Real Madrid guy who went PSG?
Asensio.
Bro, he's better than Odegaard. He scored 5 goals already for Villa, and he's hardly played. He's better Odegaard. Odegaard's
Wow.
an icing on the cake squad player.
If you're saying that he's got to go as well, then they are in crisis because they need midfielders.
Marvin said that, Lee. That's not me.
forwards.
But that's what I'm saying. He said
No,
it.
but-
Yeah, that's him. He's
That sounds
chatting
like a
shit, though.
crisis to
He's
me.
chatting shit, though. You know
Who's
he's chatting shit.
rubbish? So you mean to tell me what has Odegaard done to be Arsenal's top man again in the centre of the park next season? You're telling me you couldn't find somebody? You got to get better than Odegaard.
No.
Ouch.
Yeah, look at
That's
what's he
big
done, man. He
statement.
ain't done nothing. He doesn't
No.
do anything. The big
No.
games, you know what? Give me Mesut Ozil, and you didn't win the title with Mesut Ozil, but give me him any day ahead of Odegaard, and he
Yeah,
couldn't.
that's
So
done.
he told me.
That's
he
done.
told
Give me Suarez over Mo Salah any day. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
can say the same
Suarez
thing.
has delivered.
I
Suarez
can say the
has
same
delivered.
thing. I can say the same thing.
If
Well,
Arsenal
no, what did he deliver? What did Suarez deliver at Liverpool? Nothing.
Huh?
What the fuck you on about, bro?
Yeah, but you're the one that said it. Give me Suarez over.
Yeah, but
Salah.
that's what I'm saying. But he's
Salah
better
delivered.
than. But he's better than Mo Salah.
Yeah,
The
but
same
Salah
way
delivered.
you just said, give me
Salah
Ozil over.
delivered.
Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you saying? Like, of course,
But
that's
what I'm
stupid.
saying is,
Like, anyone knows
while
that.
Suarez came close, Salah delivered, and that's what Arsenal need: players who can deliver. As far as I'm concerned, Odegaard, time to deliver, he never delivers. Never. He delivers when Arsenal 1-2-0 up. Then he does his little tricky tiki-taka. But when it matters in the big games, when they need him, he goes missing too many times, and it's become.
I tell you,
These guys are coasting at Arsenal when they need to be pressured to produce their best players, and to do that, you need to bring in better players.
I want you to carry on, but to me, this sounds like a crisis. I can't lie.
No,
I can't lie.
Wrap it up, Lee. Wrap it up.
How can you say it's not a crisis when he's got the Saka out?
Huh? Don't wrap it up.
I've got to go. I want you to carry on.
Love you,
Marv, at
man.
least-
Man,
No,
we'll be back on. We'll be back on
He's
Sunday.
got-
Me and Marv will do
We'll be back
brunch.
on.
Have a good one, guys. Love.
Yeah. Peace.